baby. We're going to be here all day. We're going to be here all day, baby. I like this kind of party.
Welcome back to the Wayback. I'm Ryan Sickler, RyanSickler.com, and Ryan Sickler on all your social media. Starting this episode off by saying thank you. Thank you for support of this new show. It's really fun to do. Oh, there goes Princess. And I'm very excited to have this guest here. First time on the Wayback, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome Ian Fidance. Welcome to the Wayback. Buddy.
Hey, all right. Thank you for having me, man. I'm excited.
Well, before we're going to have some fun stuff to talk about. I already know as well. But before we do, plug whatever you'd like, please.
Yes. My brand new special out, my first stand-up special, Ian Fidance, Wild, Happy, and Free. YouTube.com/Bein Ian pod. Popped it up on my podcast YouTube. So when you subscribe to that, you see the special, you get the podcast, Bein Ian with Jordan, out every Wednesday on YouTube. iAnimal69 on Instagram, IanFidance.com for all my dates. And I thank you for checking out the special. It means the world to me. I'm real proud of it. So yeah, it's going great, man. I'm excited.
Congrats.
Yeah, hey, thanks.
So I'm excited to talk to you because we've talked to you about some pretty dark things on the honeydew, but I know there's another side to you.
Yes.
You're a Delaware kid, too.
Delaware
I'm a Maryland
boy,
guy,
302 through and through, baby. What's up?
Where in Delaware?
Wilmington,
the credit card capital
yes,
of the world.
And then Newport, Delaware, I lived for a while, and that's the heroin capital.
Is that right?
No, Percocet. That's the halfway house I lived in.
That's right. I remember you talking. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So you said you actually had an uncle that had a station wagon with this backseat you'd roll around in?
Yeah. I have a vivid memory of like going to get ice cream after playing baseball one day, sitting in the back with my cousin Jenny, feeling like we were in like a spaceship. You know,
just
like,
staring in the traffic.
Yeah,
and
staring and like waving, giving people the finger,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah. Like a back of a school bus.
Yep.
It was the best. Dude, it's funny, man. I just played Seattle. My lifelong best friend, Justin, he came up there with me. We had so much fun, man. He rented a Lamborghini for us to drive around in throughout the day, like a bunch of pieces of trash, you know?
Yeah.
Dude, we take it to a park and we get out to take pictures. I go, oh yeah, I'm going to ask these people to take pictures. He goes, no. I don't want them to know that we don't own it. And I go, bro, look at us. They know we don't own this Lamborghini. Are you kidding me? I'm wearing like lion print pink shorts, you know? And he was like, yeah, I want this car, that car. And I go, dude, I want a station wagon with wood panel.
Mm-hmm.
Get me to A to B. That's all I care about. I love a tape deck. You know, that's all I need. That's all
we need.
I love it. The steering wheel that if you get in a car crash, it crushes your sternum. You know, that's what I want.
But the power steering, where it was the early power steering, where if you just even just grazed that wheel, it was like,
oh yeah,
like all over the road.
My
Like,
buddy had a
Jesus.
car like that. We call it the lead sled.
Yeah, bro, the lead
that's
sled.
what it was.
So you grew up in Delaware, and well, first, can we talk about this watch? Because I saw this watch. This is what, a Casio?
It's my Casio, water resistant. I got it at a shopping mall in Saratoga Springs when I was doing a weekend up there. $80, talked them down to 60. Cash.
Talk them down.
Yeah.
That's it. Boom. That guy
There
right
it is.
there.
Yep.
So
That's $30 online?
that's
Are
your
you
watch.
shitting me?
Walmart.com.
What the hell, dude? No, this one's better. That one looks plastic. This one's like good silver.
Look at you lying to yourself. This
What?
one's
No.
good.
Find
Good
one that's
silver,
60.
he
Shut up,
said.
Ryan. Find one that's 60. This piece of shit.
That one says $371. $3.
Yo, I'll take a weekend up in Saratoga just to yell at Radnish again, the guy that sold it to me. That fucking ass.
One is above $33.
You don't understand how cool I felt. Take 80. Now I'm paying 60. Cash.
I talked them down into paying twice what it's worth.
That motherfucker. Are you serious?
Oh my!
Is there something up there that's 60?
Not one. All of them are less.
That
all
one's
of them are
15.
Less,
Oh my God. No, 62.
Oh, wait.
That's what oh no, that one's better.
That's all gold. That's a calculator watch.
Oh,
Did you ever have a calculator watch? You ever have one of those?
No, but I had a pocket protector.
Did you really?
I wore it ironically.
Okay.
And then I started to wear it for real. There's nothing up there for 80?
Nothing above 40. I mean, nothing above 35,
No.
really.
Hey, Sometimes you get.
I had to
took,
pay
you
the
know what I'm saying?
Saratoga tax. That's what it was.
Sometimes
You know
get
what? No,
took.
it was worth it because I interacted with the person, old school style, taking it way back, haggling. You can't haggle with the Amazon.
You know what? You're right. I'll give you props for that. You can't
worth
haggle. The haggle is gone.
Well, I had a
these
good
days.
haggle the other night. I love a haggle.
Go ahead.
Tell you this much. I was in San Diego and they got hot dog stands on every corner, multiples. This woman tries to tell me $10 for, I go, hot dogs for me and my friend. She goes, $10. I go, all right, that's a little steep, but okay. So she hands me a hot dog. She goes, 10. And I go, no, 10 for 2. And she goes, no, 10. And I go, well, you're taking it back. So I gave her the hot dog back.
She take it
Went
back?
to another spot and the guy goes, 8. And I go, how about 5? And he goes, no. Then I have to pay the rest. And I go, who is this hot dog man? That is the boss, running the hot dog syndicate in San Diego. Then I get to another guy. He goes 8. I go 6. He goes, okay. And I gave him 10. I go, keep the change. You earned it. Then we walk back to the woman and I go, $6. Loco. She knew.
She knew. So, Delaware, growing up, you got mom and dad. You're an only child.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about your dad.
Mm-hmm.
What's your dad like?
He was the best, man. He was the coolest, most righteous dude. He was a sensitive fella that wrote poetry, but he'd kick your ass if you called him on it. And he was a good guy. He got me out of a lot of trouble, taught me how to fight, taught me how to take up for myself, taught me how to be kind, loving. And I came from a really good home, man. My parents were great. They always taught me how to be polite, have manners, you know.
But you got in a lot of fights growing up as a kid.
Oh, yeah. But I also was like real rambunctious too, you know. Like I would see something in a movie and say it, and it was like inappropriate.
Like
you know?
what?
Like the Ninja Turtles one time were like, let's blow this popsicle stand. And we were camping and we were in the gift shop. And I go, Dad, let's blow this popsicle stand. He was like, what's the matter with you? We went to an Eagles game and it was Eagles 49ers, and one of the 49ers got laid out. And some guy behind us goes, put him in a body bag. And everyone's like, yeah. So then, cut to playing T-ball, a kid gets knocked down at first base.
No.
And I'm like, oh, when that guy said that thing, everyone liked him. So I'll say it. So I go,
No, you
put him
didn't.
in a body bag.
T-ball.
In T-ball. And my dad's like, go to the truck. Go to the truck. Yeah, that little kid. Put him in a body bag.
Put him in a body bag, bro.
Dude, my dad was a hard ass man. He would ground. He was a coach of my baseball team, and he would ground me.
He looks
and
like he
not
coached your
let
baseball
me go
team.
to practice or games to like
Look
punish
at him.
me.
There he is.
He called
Coaching
that
you.
natural pose.
Is that a cigarette in his mouth?
Yeah.
That's a coach, bro.
Oh yeah,
That's
Yeah.
a coach.
with a homemade Philly
Is that
shirt.
the 80s? What is that? Oh my God. That looks like
Oh,
a Baltimore. We all had that couch. It looks just like a
Yeah.
Baltimore row home.
Yeah, he would sit.
Where
me
are
in his,
you in Delaware here? Wait,
right,
go back
right
to
in
that one.
Wilmington, the house I grew up in. He'd
Yeah.
pop me in his truck. I'd help him out, changing the oil and everything.
Right in the engine. Wait, go back to that.
Yeah.
Go
Oh,
back.
yeah, he'd sit me right in the engine.
You're sitting
Yeah.
in the
I had to do everything my dad did, for better or worse. He would cuss.
Right
and-
now, if that was posted online, people would hit him with a barrage of
Oh,
shit.
dude.
Got your kid in the engine?
Oh,
what
yeah.
the hell?
Yeah. So we live in such a soft ass pussy world.
What are you holding? You're holding the
Wasn't
oil.
life-
You're
wasn't-
you're pouring it in. That's
Wasn't
Castrol
life
GTX.
better when we had stick shifts? You could smoke indoors. You had to roll the window up and down, and all our dads weren't dead.
Yeah. Amen, bro. Hey, look at him. Your dad's a good looking man.
Yeah, that was one of our trips at Guys Weekend at the beach. We used to go down to the beach, just he and I.
Is that right?
Yeah, and
Tell me about
his
that.
mom had a trailer down there, so we go down there, say hi to her, and then we'd stay in a hotel room or whatever. And one time, my mom would always go, "Don't talk to any babes. Stay away from the babes." Right. So we're down at the beach and driving back up. We're in my mom's Volvo. And we go in the glove box, and some of my mom's lipstick was in there. So we parked the car down the street, and we put the lipstick on our lips, and we were kissing ourselves and putting it on each other. And so we go home, and my mom's painting, and I kick the door, and I go, "Mom, we couldn't keep the babes off us." And my mom fell off the ladder. She was laughing so hard. Yeah.
Tell me about some of these fights. You had childhood fights, a lot of
man.
fights. Let's talk about them because you and I were talking outside. Today they call it bullying, but I think,
Back in the day, they called it building character.
That's right. Look, a good old fashioned ass whooping is something.
yeah.
A lot more people need.
Oh, dude, without a doubt.
It humbles you quickly.
Uh-huh.
If you're,
Or it
if
makes
you're,
you like the king.
right
Or it makes you have to learn how to fight.
Now, if you're a realistic person as you get older, you're like, okay, this is a stranger. This person has boundaries. I said or did something that crossed them.
I still
They're
pop off.
angry. You know, I'm not saying I don't
riding
pop
a
off.
bike in New York City, you gotta pop off.
But I'm saying I had a neighbor, okay, it's so funny because his son reached out to me recently. His name, Sean Flannery. He lived right across the street. And he was a year older than us in elementary school, which is a big deal when you're a third grader and a second grader, you know? And we laugh now because his older brother was the one beating his ass. You know what I mean? So he's coming across the street and he starts picking on me and beating my ass. And one of the fights I really remember, I was 10. It was 1983 because the Orioles were really good and they were in the World Series.
That's right. No, in '83,
they beat the Phillies.
Yeah, you piece of shit.
They sure did. You probably were rooting for the Phillies over there in Delaware.
I mean, I'd have been born yet.
There it is.
Oh, there I am.
There it is.
Yeah, dressing like that was my first Phillies game ever.
Look at him.
And my mom almost got kicked out of the stadium because she hopped a fence to go into the dugout and get me autographs.
No.
Yeah.
I'm 10 and I learned my lesson. We were playing ball. I was better than him, but he was bigger than me. And he did something. I don't remember what it was. And I don't even know what it was. And I don't remember exactly what I said, but I know I called him stupid. And he said, say it again. Guess who was stupid? Me.
Yeah.
I said that shit again.
You can't not say it again.
He fucked me up.
Really?
Third grade fucked me up.
Really?
Yeah.
What did he hit you with?
A left and a right and everything he brought with him.
A left, a right, and up, down,
A
A, B,
foot,
star.
it was all of it.
Yeah.
So I go in the house and I'm crying with the, and my dad, you know, poor dude's working doubles every day, driving from Maryland to DC and back, hour each way. And he's just trying to get some rest and watch the Orioles because they're good for, you know, a minute. And he's like, what happened? I'm like, Sean. So my dad goes out. My dad straight up tells him, he's like, listen, man, you can't come over here and beat my kid's ass, you know? And I couldn't tell him what happened. And Sean's like, well, he called me stupid. He's like, what? He goes, he called me stupid. He goes, you called him stupid? I was like, yeah. He's like, listen, take him over to your house and beat his ass.
Yo,
I
that's
want to watch the
great.
Oriole game, and I'll tell you what, I learned.
That is great.
My dad's like, you're going to learn. Like, you're going to run your mouth, and it has consequences. And that kid just beat the shit out of you.
Yes.
And then I start getting older, and I start getting strong, and I start fucking Sean Flannery up. Now he's going home crying. I'm like, okay. You know what I mean? So I very early on, and I have a twin brother, so we're the same, obviously, literally age. So I had built-in competition in the house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We were DDTing each other, and you could hear it hit the concrete, and he'd have a knot on his head, and I'm like, don't tell. I'm sorry. Don't tell.
Trying to push it back in. It's nothing. It's
fine. You're fine.
Yeah. The old "you're fine," your arms hanging off your body.
You're fine.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
So tell me about fights for you. Like what started it?
How much do you think you're paying in subscriptions every month? The answer is probably more than you think. Over 74% of people have subscriptions they've forgotten about. I know I've gone to sign up for a service before just for it to tell me I already had an account from months ago. Thanks to Rocket Money, I'm no longer wasting money on the ones I forgot about. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills. With Rocket Money, I have full control over my subscriptions and a clear view of my expenses. I can see all my subscriptions in one place, and if I see one I don't want, Rocket Money can help me cancel with a few taps. The dashboard shows you this month's spending compared to last, so you can clearly see and track your spending habits. They will even help you create a custom budget to keep your spending on track. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when using all the app's features. Stop wasting money on things you don't use. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions by going to rocketmoney.com/wayback. That's rocketmoney.com/wayback. rocketmoney.com/wayback. Customers are rushing to your store. Do you have a point of sale system you can trust, or is it actually a real POS? You know what I'm saying? If you got retail, then you need Shopify. Shopify POS is your command center for your retail store. From accepting payments to managing inventory, Shopify has everything you need to sell in person. With Shopify, you get a powerhouse selling partner that effortlessly unites your in-person and online sales. You track every sale across your business in one place, and you know exactly what's in stock. Find that hardware that fits your business best. Take payments by smartphone, transform your tablet into a point-of-sale system, or use Shopify's POS Go mobile device. Do retail right with Shopify. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/wayback, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/wayback to take your retail business to the next level today. Shopify.com/wayback.
I just remember getting picked on in like preschool or whatever, and my dad taking me in the living room and like teaching me how to like take up for myself. And
teaching you not to put the thumb in the fist and things like that.
Well, he took me to preschool and he stayed to watch me, to actually see me follow through with it.
You?
Yeah.
Oh, no, wait.
Yeah. Like you're gonna go up and you're gonna tell that kid not to pick on you. And he taught me how to fight if something happened, you know. And I would get in trouble in school all the time for like taking up for myself, because kids would pick on me and I wouldn't like take it. I started to do karate and everything, and I have a picture. This is I actually have the picture. I'll send it to you. But I was in a sparring match, and you see me like throw a kick, and then in the next picture you see me running away. It's like the coolest picture, and then the reality of me being like, punch, run, you know. But yeah, we used to go to karate together, and like you know, also I'll say, you know, after he died, that was like the go-to insult of other kids, you know, to make fun of the kid with the dead dad. So I was like fighting all the time for that. That was like it's on.
Yeah.
Like you say that and it's like done. And
there was something outside you told me.
We were on this like, you know, the playground thing that you spin around. It's like a manual merry-go-round.
The metal wheel.
Me and this kid were on it, and we started, you know, gibber-jawing, and we start fighting, and we're like grabbing each other, and so that was like dangerous. So my dad stopped it, and he put the kid on the ground and then put me on the ground and was like, all right,
that thing in the grass, not mowed around and around.
Oh man, that tetanus machine. Yeah, that thing. Yeah. So he took us off, put us on the ground, and goes, all right, continue. And if that happened today, it'd be on like CNN, like negligent father incites violence or whatever. It's like, no, it's just
child
like,
violence.
Yeah, and if I got my ass kicked, he'd be like, well, did you learn? Don't start anything, you know? But it's like, as a parent, how do you like, you always want to protect your kid. So to see your kid, like, it's like, what's more important, protection or the lesson? You know? The lesson.
The lesson.
Yeah.
The lesson is.
Yeah.
Because here's the other thing. Your dad died at 8, mine at 16.
Mm-hmm.
I got to say, man, like, I'm glad I got toughened up a little bit before he was gone, or I don't know that I'd be this soft little bitch out there in the world. You know what I mean? I don't know. Okay, so Delaware. You grew up in Delaware. You went camping. Where would you go camping in Delaware?
Oh, man. All over.
Are you beach camping, or are you going out into the wilderness?
No, we were like tents, hiking, get out there, see a bear, dig a hole, poop in it, kind of camping. Yeah.
Where do you go?
Poconos. Went to the Poconos a ton. And oh man, there was one camping trip. My dad had made like a new work friend, and we went on a camping trip with his work friend and his family and me. And I ruined that trip for everyone. It was like a smear on our name type ruin. Like, I don't know if we can be friends with this family. I was just, dude, such a whiny brat the whole time.
You remember
just
it,
like,
huh?
I just remember bits and pieces of like whining and yelling and like me just like and then I was good for like 1 hour, and it was like, that was like, I remember being told like, we only had a good time for an hour, and that's when you kept your mouth shut. And I was like, oh, you know. I was just a brat, dude. I was like an only child, like little whiny brat, you know? And I like these phases. Like I was like a real good ornery kid, but I would have these like phases where I was just such a like stinker, you know? And
what are you doing? Like, were you a practical joker? Were you
I was always a fun little joker, but then like I just remember like everybody in their tent, and I would just whine. I was just a whiny baby.
At night,
and
like you just
like,
be
do we have to
complaining?
keep hiking? Do we have to keep hiking? When are we
That
gonna
kid on
blah
the
blah? And
trip.
it's like, we'll be done soon. But when? Just like, and that never ending, you know. And I'd get hit, and I still wouldn't stop.
It didn't matter.
Yeah, no. There was no protection. There was no lesson learned. It was just fucking whiny time.
Was your dad a funny dude from what you remember? Was he a funny
yeah.
guy?
I mean, that's how I got out of trouble, was making him laugh. I would impersonate him. Yeah.
Dude, my daughter does that shit right now, and it makes me laugh so
Yeah.
hard because I'm like, I do say that.
Yeah.
I do that.
Well, my dad would slam
it
his
makes me
fist on the
laugh so
table
hard,
and go,
yeah.
damn it, boy. And then I go, damn it, boy. And he'd just like giggle and be like, all right, I can't be mad.
My dad's thing was, Ryan, don't make me snap. And he would do this thing where he put his tongue just like right here. You, Ryan, don't make me snap. And I'd be like, Ryan, don't make me snap.
Yeah.
And then he would laugh a couple times. Listen, a couple times he did not laugh at that shit.
Well, we have a video of we're putting the canoe on the truck to go canoeing, and I'm like in the truck using a canoe oar as like an axe, and I'm like, I'm sopping firewood. I'm and my dad like he's like, Ian, stop. And I go, Ian. And he says something. I go, well, that's how you sound, Dad. And you see him like try to register. He's like, yeah, well then I'll just stop. Like he couldn't even come up with a comeback. Like, how do you respond to your child mocking you? When you're trying to be stern and they're nailing you to a T. Yeah. It's like how I give any parent credit that doesn't lift their kid up by the neck and just knock them out daily. Like just use their fucking noggin as a speed bag. I don't know how parents
You never got hit.
Man.
You never were hit or.
The fuck you think this
well,
is?
You're talking about it.
I grew up in Delaware and I dressed like I'm
like
covered
this.
in tattoos. How do you think I got used to the pain, Ryan?
So who's hitting you? If dad's gone by
Everyone.
8, who's it? Mom? Was mom? She was a disciplinarian, huh?
She had to be.
So
she was mom
are
and
you
dad.
getting a belt? Did you ever get the belt?
Bro, name it, I got it. If the microwave could come off the wall, I'd get that too. You ever have a summer where you can't wear shorts and short sleeves? Because the bruise man came to town.
The bruise man came to town, dude. Oh, my God.
You ever have an uncle try to be your dad and the only dad thing he does is hit you? This has been the Wayback.
Let me see this watch again because we got off track here. So I remember
Don't
having
bring
this
up the
watch.
Don't
worry about the price. I'll give you the 30.
On the watch.
I'll give you the 30. So I just remember being a kid and just being so amazed that it had a light on it. You know, I'd get under my covers and look at it.
Well, did
change
your light
the alarm
stay?
at the time? No, hell no. You had to hold it, and then you had to, you had to play it like it was a flute. The damn thing. Yeah.
Did you ever get toys that spent all day building and then you just break it?
Well, Ian,
and your parents get mad at you?
That's cute that you did that because I had toys that I spent all days building, and my brother would be like, "Oh, that's nice."
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Instantly. They wait for you to build the whole thing. You can't even run up and get the camera in time to take a picture.
Dude.
I just did the whole Millennium Falcon and Legos, and they're like, "Gah,
Yo,
gah."
I was at my buddy's house yesterday, and his daughters are there, and they're like building these blocks, right? And they're building together, and the little one like takes something and kind of knocks it, and the girl goes, "You knocked that down." She goes, "I didn't mean to." And she goes, "Forget it." She just slammed the rest of it and got up and walked off. It's like, oh my God. Woo!
Off of an I didn't mean to.
Yeah.
Did you, what were your favorite Christmases? Do you remember Christmases?
Oh my God. Dude, I'll tell you, my favorite Christmas was we would go to my Aunt Rose's house. My grandfather would dress up as Santa, and that's when like all the family would be together. And, you know, I had a cousin who actually became a Ronald McDonald, and he was a magician.
Stop. Hold on. Please don't forget to let us continue this story. I'm stopping you right there.
Yeah.
I just this week, I was telling my daughter, like, you know, I said something about Ronald McDonald. She's like, "Who's that?" I go, "Hold up." I go, "You know McDonald's?" She's like, "Yeah." I go, "Ronald McDonald's the mascot."
They got rid of him.
And she's like, "What?" I go, "He's a clown. He's the mascot." I go, "There was a whole crew of them." I go, "Let me show you my favorites." And we just went through Grimace and the Hamburglar, Mayor McCheese. Okay,
Yep,
so
there
go to
they
that
are.
guy.
Oh my God, look at all the friends.
So the one on the left is Birdie, and then there's these little goblins down here. There's Hamburglar.
God.
There's Grimace. I don't know who the guy with
Do
the
you remember
captain's hat
when
is.
McDonald's was called a restaurant by your
Captain
family?
Crook. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you went and you ate
Officer
at a
Big
Pizza
Mac,
Hut.
Mayor McCheese. Yep.
That's a human. Everyone
That's
else
a person.
is it a god? That's a man.
I
Wow.
remember driving up through the canyon here one time.
guys are fun.
And seeing this house in July, decorated like Christmas, cameras everywhere. I'm like, oh, obviously they're doing a commercial. And Ronald McDonald is standing in the street. I'm like, shit, they're doing a McDonald's commercial. So I literally just introduced my daughter to
Wow.
and I told her when I was a kid, we had Ronald McDonald bed sheets, Ronald McDonald curtains.
I had Ghostbusters bed sheets.
It was
and
a
then
whole
baseball
thing.
bed sheets with all the logos.
Okay, so now I want to ask you, like,
Uh-huh.
how do you become a Ronald McDonald? You had a cousin that became one?
Bro, yeah.
Is that, like,
he went to clown
iconic?
school?
Like-
He was a magician. He was like king shit in the world of McDonald's. Oh yeah, he was a big double cheeseburger.
What do you get if you do you get free
Infamy?
food for life?
Yeah, he said he'd walk in and
Is there a
they just
card?
give him everything. You're in costume driving around as Ronald McDonald and you have to use a bathroom. So you go into the McDonald's and you're like the king.
Where else you go?
You know,
And
yeah.
they're like, oh my God, he's
Mhm.
here.
Yeah.
Would he ever pop up and surprise people and stuff?
Oh yeah, he got
Ron
me into
McDonald's here to
into
take a shit.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
why
yeah.
he's there.
Yeah, they don't know that though. Yeah, I gotta go and
Always in the
inspect
bathroom for
the-
20
yeah,
minutes.
Yeah,
And it's-
sorry I couldn't get my clown suit off. I had to pull the curtain back.
That's great.
My cousin got me in a Sixers signing with Allen Iverson because he was Ronald McDonald. Yeah, yeah.
Who doesn't love
Got
Ronald
me in there,
McDonald?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Go back to the story.
No. It was just like a really. I just it was the last Christmas we all spent together, and it was like really nice. And I remember like just laying on the couch, me and my mom and dad. We were watching the Home Improvement Christmas special, and then the next day was just like just wonderful, and it was nice. We videotaped all the Christmas. My dad would pop. Isn't that terrifying? Look at that. First of all,
That's the
how is
scariest
it?
Easter bunny
how
I've
is
ever
it
seen in my
I'm
life.
sitting with the bunny, but I'm the one with the bunny teeth. How is that possible? It's just a hole in a rabbit's mouth with some pedophile behind it. He's like, "Let me hold on to you a
Look,
little
his
longer."
chin's in there. It's not even
Oh, yeah.
lining up right.
Yeah.
and shit.
Oh yeah.
It's just such a weird, but this looks like it's at the woods.
It's terrifying. It is
doesn't
in the
look
woods.
decorated
It's in a park.
or anything. It's just a
That's
guy
what we all
there.
dude. My family, we used to have family dinners at rest stops because that was like
Come
the
on,
in between of where we all were. Yeah, the last Father's Day we ever had was at a rest stop in Smyrna, Delaware.
Which one? Is it a Flying J? What are they over
No,
there?
just the side of the road
The one that
rest
has the
stop with
Sbarro?
picnic
Oh,
tables.
just the side of the road one,
Sbarro
yeah.
hadn't even been invented yet. This is '93.
Did you ever cheat at Christmas? Like, did you ever get up? So what we used to do, we get up and we go down and we would just poke a small hole and be like, you got Return of the Jedi action figure.
No,
You know what I mean? And then we go over
No.
like, you got the Evil Knievel wind up bike. Like, fuck yeah.
I was an only child,
that
so I'd
kind
just
of-
be whispering to myself.
But you never went down and peeked and snuck or anything?
No. There was an Easter where I asked for Bebop and Rocksteady from the Ninja Turtles.
Mm-hmm.
You know, those like bad guys, right? And I got Rocksteady and we have video of it. I have to find it, but I open it and I'm like, where's Bebop? And my mom's like, well, Bebop, the Easter Bunny didn't have time to make Bebop. And I go, could he hop to the Concord Mall and get him? Just like a spoiled brat. Just a brand new toy. And I'm like, but it's to
You
get
tell
me
me
the
this guy
gift.
right here didn't
Yeah,
bring
yeah.
in both of them. This guy wasn't reliable.
No, that guy broke in and stole it. I had Bebop.
No
He took
doubt,
it.
no doubt. Oh my God. Okay, now you're making me have some Easter flashbacks. Did you have any Easter tradition? Because you're a Catholic family too. So
They would
put
put-
around the house.
They
Did
would put raisins everywhere and say it was bunny poop.
No.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
everybody. So, like for instance, my dad would get, go to work, buy everything. My mom would put these Easter baskets together. This is like elementary school, I remember. And then they would hide one in the house, and it would be a scavenger hunt for it.
Yeah.
And mine was always in weird places. Like I was not the one, mine would be in like the oven,
Yeah,
shit like
yeah,
that. I'm
yeah.
like, why is my shit in the basement?
Yeah. Why is mine down the street?
Yeah,
Are they
why
telling
is
me
this
something?
outside the car? What the hell's going on?
Why is it with a note that says "Don't come back"?
And it would be this, oh man, it would be whatever, And then my dad would always have something, a gift, a glove or whatever. And one time Easter was over and I didn't want to be like you. I didn't want to say, is that it?
Yeah.
Because also I wasn't an only kid. There's three of us. So you didn't ask.
Yeah.
And if you did, it was like, yeah, Now that shit's his. You know what I mean?
God,
Like, you know, like, now he's got two of them. You're like, shut the fuck up. So I say nothing, and I don't know. There's usually something, but so I don't know that anything's coming or whatever, and the day's over. And it's past, it's a couple hours now. My dad goes, Ryan, fix those curtains over there. And I go over and I move the curtain, and a fucking brand new baseball bat falls. And I'm just like, yes.
That's the
my
best.
hero.
That is the best.
It was a good one. That was a good one. I remember that vividly. And I hadn't in a while. I'm glad you did this show.
That's so nice.
Do you remember any gifts, anything that really stand out? Any birthdays or any good ones, any fun ones?
I mean, I remember my dad being excited about getting me a race car. It was the same race car he had when he was a kid, right?
Is that right?
And I open it, and it's the control is attached to a wire, which is attached to the car. And I was so disappointed. And I was like upset that this wasn't the one I wanted. And I vividly remember the look on his face of like being disappointed. And dude, cut to a couple months later, I still remember this. We were at the dinner table, and I just started crying, and I sat on his lap, and I was like, I'm so sorry. I didn't appreciate that. I feel so bad. And he was like, have you been holding on to this whole time? I said, yeah. And he goes, I don't care. That's very nice, but I understand, and was like so loving and forgiving. But I'm so glad I like got that out and like went through that with him, because, you know, he died, and the way I hold on to like guilt and everything, I would still to this day be like, I never appreciated the race car. You know, that'd be like my rosebud.
See, you're giving me, this is why you might be lucky to be an only child. So Kirsten, when you look this up, this was the band Kiss. So Kiss remote control van maroon.
Whoa.
80s.
Wow.
Yeah, this thing. Okay. This was 78. Okay. I'm 6 years old. That's the van I get for Christmas. Yeah. And it had the little push controller.
Yeah.
And it only left, right. I got this thing right out of the box. We put batteries in it. We go outside. My brother and I are fighting. I'm like, it's mine. He's like, give me a turn. I go, it's mine. I just got it. Like, I'm going to give you a turn. I know I have to give you a turn. Man, my brother takes it out of my arms, drives it straight. I swear to God, drives it straight down the driveway, out into the road, and guess what?
No,
right over into pieces.
Oh,
I'm devastated. I am crying. I'm everything. Like,
oh my God,
fucked my whole Christmas up. So now, fast forward years later, Kirsten, do you mind looking up Run DMC Beastie Boys Together Forever concert tour T-shirt? That's our tour shirt, and we went to that we loved it.
It's worth $1,000 now. That's like 50 watches of mine.
I was gonna say 1,500 at that dude's place, but yeah.
That's cool.
I had so many original ones. Yeah, that's it. Yep, that black one right there. We had
That's
that.
fucking sick.
I had pink. We had them all. But my brother, years later, we get into this fight. I took that T-shirt. I said, you remember that Kiss van? He's like, no. And I just ripped the shit out of it. He cried. We were in middle school. He cried.
Oh my God,
good friend Chris Lamb just showed
bitch.
up the other day. Because remember that time your brother cried over that T-shirt?
That's
I
amazing.
sure as hell do.
How much is that large?
Yeah, right there.
$600.
How much? $600.
Oh my God.
And $5 shipping.
That's
Could
on
you
Amazon.
Imagine?
How's that on Amazon?
This is eBay.
That's crazy.
This was great, man. Thank you very much for coming on and having fun with us.
Dude, I love this.
Such a good
This
trip.
is awesome. We'd be having this conversation if the cameras weren't on.
Agreed.
You know?
Please promote everything one more time.
Ian Fidance, Wild, Happy, and Free. My first stand-up special out now. YouTube.com/Bein Ian pod. It's on my podcast YouTube page. The podcast Bein Ian with Jordan comes out every Wednesday. iAnimal69 on Instagram, and IanFidance.com for all my dates. I'm going all over. Come see me live and say hi and bring me one of those Run DMC shirts.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I won't rip it up like Ryan.
As always, Ryan Sickler on all social media. Come see me on tour. Tickets are available on my website at ryansickler.com. We'll talk to y'all next week.